Welcome to Sidelined Sports, where we give you an up-close and personal look at the teams, coaches, and athletes that make up the Columbia Basin. I'm host Sean Wells. Tonight, we'll check in on Moses Lake basketball as they get ready for the start of their season. We'll check in on Ephrata soccer as they traveled over to Shoreline to compete in the Final Four. And we'll see how Royal matched up with Colville in a big state football matchup. You're watching Sidelined Sports, and it starts now. First in the rundown, we have Moses Lake basketball trying to make back-to-back state playoff appearances. They think they have the talent to do so.
The Chiefs are looking to do something that hasn't been accomplished in more than 2 decades, make back-to-back trips to state. Moses Lake finished as the number 4 seed out of the Big 9 Conference and district runner-up to Wenatchee last year. The Chiefs advanced to state for the first time in 22 years, but were bounced out of the first round by Richland. Moses Lake lost some key contributors off last year's squad, but the Chiefs do have big Cesar Sandoval and Tyson Karstetter returning, along with wingman Mitch Holman, who is deadly from three-point range. Coach John Holman says he's excited to get things going.
I'm looking forward to the season. I think, these guys have, they had a great summer. We got to do some really neat things as a team and go down to California, which was awesome.
Wenatchee and Davis are expected to be among the top contenders in the conference again this season. Eastmont is loaded with talent too and will give teams a run for their money as well. Holman said he believes the Chiefs have the pieces in place to compete for the league title this season, and in doing so, punch their return ticket to the big dance.
We always do. We always do. That's why we come to work, and these guys work hard.
Ephrata soccer competed in the Final Four of state for the first time since 1999. The Tigers traveled to Shoreline for a match with Squalicum. It was Ephrata versus Squalicum in a semifinal state match at Shoreline Stadium. The Storm jumped out in front early with 2 quick goals, but Ephrata fought hard to keep it close. At the end of the first half, Haley Berryman snuck one in for the Tigers to make it 2-1 at the break. The back-and-forth second half kept it at 2-1 until Squalicum scored a late goal to make it 3-1 and push them into the championship game. It was a tough loss for Ephrata, but they quickly regrouped for a third-place game with Ridgefield. It was a physical match with the Spudders, while Tiger keeper Adriana Simmons made some great first-half saves to keep the score at 0-0. Both teams had some chances in the second half, but it was Ridgefield who prevailed. The Spudders knocked off the Tigers 2-0, taking third place, while Ephrata placed fourth. Head coach Hillary Coombs was happy with her team's state performance and is optimistic about Ephrata's future.
I do. We got a lot of good freshmen. There's some sophomores and juniors that are returning and won't be quite the same, but we'll start off next year and see what we got, see how far we can go.
One of these young players is freshman Caitlin Ostrowski. She thinks her team will grow from this experience.
I only hope to grow from it. We're losing a lot of seniors, but we'll get a lot of good teammates coming in, so I think we'll only grow.
After getting a taste of state soccer, Coach Coombs thinks her team will be hungry to get back.
Yep. There's that drive, that seed that gets planted when you're in a venue like this where the girls want it and they've been there before and they know what it tastes like, what it feels like, so it'll just breed from there.
Royal knew Colville wouldn't be an easy opponent, but they're hoping to get the big win in front of a big crowd at Lions Field.
On paper, this one seemed to favor the Knights. Perennial powerhouse Royal was making its 10th consecutive state appearance. The Knights finished runner-up to Montesano in 2012. Unnerved by the Royal pedigree, Colville ripped off a 66-yard run on the first play of the game. Justin Dragovich scored on a 1-yard run 4 minutes later, and the Indians took an early 6-0 lead. The Knights answered back on a 10-play scoring drive, capped off by a TD pass from Justin James to Jose Pons. The Indians had 2 opportunities to put points on the board in the second 12 minutes of play. Royals D came up big with 2 stops inside the Knights' 10, however, to deny the Colville threats. Boyle was driving for a late second quarter score. Colville refused to yield and held the Knights to a field goal to trail 10-6 at the break. The Indians came out fired up in the second half and ran off 22 unanswered points to pull off the upset. Colville keeps its Cinderella season alive with the win. The number 2 ranked Indians will play 10th ranked Cascade from Leavenworth in a semifinal match at Joe Albee Stadium in Spokane Saturday.
Coming up after the break, we'll have our Pick 6 top plays of the week.